Hello, this is your astrologer Kira, and this is your Venus in the sign of Gemini, the sign of twins. And let me tell you, oh yeah, please subscribe, share, like, you can do that and it won't cost you a thing. Let me tell you about Venus in Gemini, because she's above all, above anything else, she is enthusiastic. In the original meaning of that word, in theos, means in God, inspired by God. But she's enthusiastic in the sense of her whirling energy all around. First of all, Venus is in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the sign ruled by the planet Mercury, and this is where their qualities merge. So, she is a baby girl. She has androgynous type of body. You cannot quite be sure is she a boy or she is a girl, and this goes also for a guy with his Venus in the sign of Gemini. And this mix of male and female energy is always prevalent in this sign, because Mercury can be a man and a woman, and this is why. And of course, this depends on all other many aspects in the chart, but this person can be homosexual, or this person more likely could be bisexual, or this person could experiment in sex at least while they are young or younger. Legal age. don't get me wrong in that. And let me tell you one tiny little dirty secret. When I taught astrology to my daughter, I just pointed to the sign of Gemini as the source where all evil emerges. Why? Because the sign of death, destruction, and rebirth is the sign of Scorpio. This is the natural eighth sign, or the eighth house in the natural horoscope. But look, 8 from 8. This is derivative houses, or Bhavad Bhavan concept in Vedic astrology. 8 from 8. Where this emerges? Where is the source? Where is the spring of that? That is in the sign of Gemini. So Gemini can be the source of all evil. Why? Not the source of all evil in the sense that every Gemini is evil or anything in Gemini is bad. Au contraire, no. But when it comes to overthinking, over whirling in your mind, but not in your deep spiritual mind. Gemini is operative mind, while Sagittarius is deeper or higher spiritual world. So Gemini is 1 + 1 = 2, plus interest. Let me cross the street there, not there. Let me take that subway train, not that subway train. Let me invest in that industry, not in that industry. Let me send that email. Let me put that news out that something horrible is happening or had happened. So, this is Gemini in their positive traits. But the Gemini in their negative traits is, what if I tried that? Pedophilia, for instance. What could happen? What would I feel? How would I feel? That is the source of evil in my mind. So you can confront me about that from astrological point of view, but mind without higher guidance is someone who I wouldn't say who doesn't have morals, but someone whose moral principles are very stretchy. And I remembered I watched some YouTube videos where people who sexually molested children were giving their statements, and after they been to the sentenced and after the whole process was done, so they were not so stressed about anything. They didn't have so much control, what will they say, and they sincerely talked about what brought them to that path and what made of them monsters. And it was just a thought. One man said, there was this little baby girl, and I was in the street around my car and just turned and looked at her and thought, what if? Aha! That is the moment when evil sneaked in, when demon possessed him, when whatever happened. And after that he told that he, from that moment, for the next few months, he couldn't get that thought out of his head. It was a thought. It was a corridor for demonic force to come into his mind. This is why the sign of Gemini can be very dangerous, and this is why Venus in Gemini, not for all people, for some people, can be very dangerous, because her moral standards stretch, merge, experimenting in sex, in feelings, stretch, merge, and also she is all, I'm referring to her as she because I'm talking about the Venus in the sign of Gemini. She's always in love with two guys, or if this is a guy, he's always in love with two girls. He cannot make decision. He would like both. and in many cases he gets both, or the girl gets the both. And also when it comes to this Venus that I told you, those are those types of psychological deviations. But can we call deviations if a girl cannot make up her mind? Will I take Bobby or take Jimmy? Who is the better one for me? And me as an astrologer frequently get those types of questions. Is this the better one for me, or that one is the better one for me? Curiously, because I have Venus in entirely different place and element, I never had such doubts in my mind. If there were one guy in front of me, then that one guy. So I estimated, is he good enough for me? No, but not two, never two. Okay, people are different. Also, I want to tell you that this Venus is someone who looks like a girl. I told you androgynous, not fully developed woman, or if this is a man with this placement, then he loves those slimmer, skinnier, doll type of women, perhaps with their hair short and big eyes and talking all the time. And she loves to talk. She loves to make all those makeup videos, fashion videos. She's buzzing all over the town. This is Venus. This Venus also loves to eat outside, not in gourmet restaurants, but little takeout places, little street foods, and she loves that. So she can eat something outside, and she probably won't eat anything at home or ever cook at home. Or her parents would think that she's anorexic. However, this girl type of body in her will keep her. You have to know one thing. When Geminis are babies, are just born, they have trouble adapting to this world, and in most cases they are very, very sick while they're babies or very young. Maybe their lungs are affected and so on and so on. But however, as they grow older, they are stronger and stronger, and especially women who have Venus in the sign of Gemini, they will be smaller, they will be slimmer, but they are those types of little girl grandmas. If you have a grandma who is small like a doll and full of makeup, and she just talks, and she never dies. she lives 120 years all along, having a good time and having a best time of her life, like that French grandma who died in, I think she was 122 years old, and she stopped when everybody asked her what are the secrets to her longevity. She said two things: chocolates and young men. And I thought that was such a great philosophy in life, because no, I don't believe she did anything in excess with young men, especially when she was 100 years old, but she has that light philosophy in her, that joy, that funny moments around her. And also she was the one to stop smoking when she was 109 years old. And it wasn't because smoking did any damage to her, no, but because she was almost blind, and for many times during the day she had to ask someone to light her cigarette, and that would annoy her, so in the end she gave up. But in her 109 years. Gemini, Venus in Gemini, that thing and this thing and that thing and this and that makeup and this girl and Beyonce did that, Rihanna did that, this one did. So she loves that, I call it shallow information, what is going on in the world and who said what to her, and if especially talented, she could be a wonderful and extremely successful star of TV soap opera series, because she is born for those types of plottings. And you said that to me, Johnny told me, you told me that they told me that they tell that they blah 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 blah. So who told who what, who blah 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 blah. She's great for fashion magazines, newspapers, like journalists, or working also working on YouTube or social media platforms, creating content related to the girls, to the fashion, to the feminine subjects. And also someone who has this aspect. Now we are talking about the positive traits of this Venus. This person can be extremely talented and loving toward children, with their all pure intentions, and everything is great. And this type of person can be a great teacher, especially for female children. So if you have someone like that and you have a little girl, this person will teach that little girl that she can be a princess, but princes behave nicely, they never talk dirty words, and they know everything about the bugs, the ants, the butterflies, the animated movies like Disney cartoons. And she or he will raise that little girl in that wonderful fashion, and help that child grow with great self-esteem and knowledge, not too much of a knowledge in abstract sense, but operative knowledge. So my darling girl, after we have done with the butterflies, now I'm going to teach you about the money, and after that I'm going to teach you how to find a suitable husband to be happy in your life. And for many girls that will be more than enough, because they will be raised to be ladies, to know many things, to create financial stability around them, and to create marital harmony around them. So this is nothing bad. So on the bad side, this Venus can create all sorts of things in sex and deviations, but on the positive note, this Venus can be a bearer of a great, beautiful news. And what is more important, if you are a female and have this Venus, if you don't have your Jupiter in the sign of Gemini together with your Venus, then, my darling, you will be blessed. You will be entirely blessed. Why? Because you know that old saying that men think that each woman dreams she will find the ideal man, and that is not the truth. Each woman dreams, and this is the absolute truth, each woman dreams that she can eat as much as she can and never get fat, and that will come true if you have Venus in the sign of Gemini, my babies and gentlemen. Love you all. This is your astrologer Kira, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.